What it is, Booster Boy, but we standing in with the Honey Mob. You ain't rolling with the Real Field TV, you getting rolled over. That's how that's going.
What's happening? It's your boy Fredo Bang. Shout out to the Honey Mob. You checking in the Real Field TV right now, live in action. Let's go.
Honey Mob in the building. Shout out Biz 1 times 2 up. You already know Mic Drop. We gonna community tab and we also gonna go ahead and drop the link below. You already know what we do and you already know what time it is. Go to his IG. Go ahead on and run them up. You already know y'all need to tap in. Y'all need to stay in tune because y'all already know what's going on, man. So we really want to talk about this whole Baby Joe situation, man. And, YB, because it's paperwork floating around, man. And when there's paperwork floating around, we got to really get into the trenches with this one, man. Because, it been a lot of things speculating, and just coming to the deaths, man. So it's like we talking about, NBA Youngboy. We talking about BBG Joe, man. Because Joe been out here doing, interviews. He been out here, doing this rap thing. You know what I'm saying? And really, putting himself back up on the map in a real way. You know what I'm saying? But, while he's back around and back, little by little, trying to get his footing right, you know what I'm saying? Because he said it was a pride thing why he wasn't around NBA Youngboy and the rest of the 4K Trey Camp on tour. You know what I'm saying? It's things that they needed to talk about and things they needed to hash out. So I don't know if they did that already. I don't know what's really going on with that. But what I do know what's going on with is that Baby Joe got some paperwork, man. You know what I'm saying? And it got something to do with NBA Youngboy. It's saying that, he told on him a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's too, crazy right now when you think about that. You know what I'm saying? Because they been around each other, man. We see the type of love they had for each other. They see what type of bond they had, you know what I'm saying? And, it leads me to think, did NBA Youngboy even know anything about this, man? Because you had him around real close, like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, how do paperwork from a 2016 case, you know what I'm saying, come, you know what I mean, to fruition? And we see this happening, you know what I'm saying? And, you actually revealing NBA Youngboy as the hitter, in this situation. I mean, this is what's going on right now, you know what I'm saying? So we got to question this, man, and we got to dig into it, man, unfortunately, man. So we see the bond that they had, you know what I'm saying? So we talking about, this happened way back in 2016, man. So why hasn't this ever been, brought to, the forefronts of all the fans and everybody? You know what I'm saying? Why don't nobody know nothing about this? You know what I mean? If he supposedly had did this. Now, here's the thing with me, man. People gonna put paperwork up and people gonna say certain things fake. Now, I tried to get this, to the best of viewing to knowledge, you know what I'm saying, that I could get it to, you know what I'm saying? So this the best you're gonna be able to see it, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure if you type in his name, you will find, everything you need to find, you know what I mean? All you gotta do is, look up, Baby Joe name and look up NBA Youngboy name, but, this is what's surfacing on the internet right now, man. And, it's letting people understand that Baby Joe is giving detail on what's going on inside this 2016 situation. You know what I'm saying? And this is the same situation that got something to do with Boozilla. You see what I'm saying? And this is what people got to understand. So, it changes the dynamic of what, they trying to put on NBA Youngboy and what's really being said. You know what I'm saying? Because he was up on papers for a long time because of this same situation. Now, Baby Joe, you know what I'm saying, to his defense, had told a story about him being back there with YB and them about to get it on, but they ended up, you know what I'm saying, calming it down and talking, and they end up being close as ever. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what that's about. We don't know what's really going on. But, this focus is really up on the paperwork and what's going on. Did Baby Joe, from y'all eyes and viewing this, you know what I'm saying? And, after y'all do research and come back to the comments and stuff like this, you know what I mean? Did he actually say anything? You know what I'm saying? Were there any, too much, info given? You see what I'm saying? I'm putting it from then y'all decide, man. Because when we look at this, man, we're looking at something that's crazy because NBA, you know what I'm saying, is one of them groups that when you violate certain codes, man, you definitely don't come back around. Baby Joe is back around. You know what I'm saying? Did anybody, ignore this? I mean, this is the thing about it. When we talk about paperwork, it's a lot of rappers out here. They got a lot of paperwork coming out. They still doing their thing. Nobody says nothing. But when we talk about Baby Joe and we talk about BR don't let nothing like this really slide and go up under their nose. I mean, you got to look at it, man. They got what he's saying. They got what, they replying back to him. And, they got it down, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm guessing it's public records, the transcripts and stuff like that. I mean, is just accurate. You know what I'm saying? It don't look fake to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that Baby Joe is, telling saying this and that. I'm letting y'all decide, you know what I'm saying? Because it seems like when I put stuff in front of y'all face, I say something, y'all try to flip it around as if I'm hating, and I'm not hating. I'm just reporting on what's coming to the desk and what I'm seeing and what's surfacing on the internet. You know what I mean? Maybe you have not seen it, but at the end of the day, it's in front of your face today. And it's for y'all to get out here and y'all to say something about and y'all to judge, because when we talk about this situation right here, it's something that could, take away, his career. You know what I'm saying? And, 4K Trey is not going to be around nobody like this that they felt like even said anything about NBA Youngboy in that situation. I mean, you got to think about it. This is before NBA Youngboy really, really, really got hot. You know what I'm saying? You think he gonna have somebody around him that's saying this and saying that? I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking he don't, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's the situation we in. We really don't know the situation and, severity of this situation. So it's like this, man. You know what I mean? No matter what come out, it's up to him to let it go. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the streets ain't the same no more. People is going by different tactics and different things that they doing and different mind frames, and they rewriting the street rules and rewriting the street history. So it's like we can't sit here and think that nobody's supposed to go by any, rules with this thing. I'm not saying like I'm directing this to Baby Joe. I'm not directing this to NBA Youngboy. I'm talking about niggas in general that I'm seeing up on the internet, that I'm seeing moving around. You know what I'm saying? When stuff hit the fan, you know what I'm saying? Things get told and people can't handle pressure. Seeing Baby Joe and NBA Youngboy situation, they once was, you know what I'm saying, against each other. And that's just the blatant fact that BBG wasn't, rocking with NBA. It's already videos of them up here going at it. And you know what I'm saying, Boozilla, you know what I'm saying, not dealing with NBA Youngboy and that whole situation with Dussa and how this thing even came about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to take responsibility in some areas. You know what I'm saying? Do we put the responsibility on NBA Youngboy, or do we put the responsibility on NBA? You know what I mean? Or do we put it up on BBG? Do we put it up on Baby Joe? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to respect their own, space and their own credibility when it come to this street thing. Because if you don't respect your own space, meaning, you know what I'm saying, you got to respect who you around and respect, with this cold brains that y'all set forward, and that's all I'm saying. It's like, man, we can sit here and say all day, Baby Joe said this, Baby Joe said that, but it's still he around them. So it's like we gotta look at it for what it is. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, man. So with that being said, man, it's the 100 Mob, man. Y'all need to get inside the comments, man. Y'all need to let me know what's really going on, because at the end of the day, it is getting shaky. We seeing people that saying things that we didn't know that they said, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? So we need y'all in the comments, and my real BR heads, man, that really sit back, watch these videos and really tune in. We need y'all to really dig in this one, man, and really drop, what y'all feel about it, man, because it's like, this is a big thing right here, man. I mean, Baby Joe saying and giving information about NBA Youngboy before, NBA Youngboy got hot, and he been around for this long. I mean, who been giving up information willingly. I mean, why did he do that? You know, this is something that somebody that interview him need to go ahead on the ass, and they need to be upfront about, man, because at the end of the day, man, this ain't it, man, and this ain't what it's looking like, man, but we don't know what it is for real. We just gotta wait till it come out. You know, so with that being said, man, it's the 100 Mob, man. Salute to everybody tuning in, nigga. You already know what it is with me, Polar Bear back, and you already know how I'm rocking. You already know how I get it in, and you already know how I'm getting down, nigga. So y'all getting that comment, y'all already know what time it is with me. It's the 100 Mob, and you already know it's the Real Fear TV.